please welcome up Stephanie Dempsey.
So I make my way down the mountain. I see the river in front of me. It's dark. I grab the rope that's going to guide me across. And after I get to the other side, I see a light coming down the trail the wrong way. And I hear a voice. It's saying, Steph? Steph, is that you? Chris? Steph, it's you. You've got to hurry. You need to run now, or you're not going to make it. He sees that my headlamp is going out. He takes his off of his head, and he hands it to me. I put it on my head, and we start running together like one animal. I'm running the Leadville 100. I'm 60 miles into the race. I have never run this before, but we've been here 3 times before when Chris has run. My children and I crew him when we run this race, and now Chris is crewing me. I round the corner, and I look up, and the sky is filled with stars. I can feel the grass brushing my knees, and I can hear the cheering of the aid station in front of me. Chris and I get there, and he hands me my bag. I take off my shirt, I put on my warm clothes, I pull on my tights, I eat ramen, I drink Coke, and I get ready to go out. I put on my headlamp, and before I leave, I make sure that I have more batteries. Chris stops and he looks at me in my eyes and he says, "You can do this. You can do this." And he has so much certainty in his voice, but I'm not certain that I can do this. In fact, I'm not certain that we can do this. See, things have been hard for us. We met our freshman year in college. He's my best friend. We got married a few years later, had 3 beautiful children. He went to law school. I became a stay-at-home mom. But we were having problems. Things were not easy for us. And I didn't realize how bad things were. I didn't want to know how bad things were, that he was drinking and hiding it. And until that New Year, he got his new job, and in the same week lost it. I didn't realize how bad it was. But I couldn't deny it anymore. The late nights, the drinking and the crying and the fighting, they weren't something that we were imagining. They weren't something that we could avoid. And as much as I wanted for all of it to be better, we couldn't deny his anxiety and dry eyes. There were so many things we didn't know. His PTSD, the dreams, the anxiety, the crying. But the fighting and the hotel rooms and the drinking, his dreams about killing me and killing other people and things that he couldn't talk about, none of those things were things that we could deny anymore. We couldn't deny. We couldn't deny the drunken suicide threats, the hidden belts. We couldn't deny the gun in the mouth pictures. We couldn't deny the cuts across his wrists. But he bought more guns, and I called suicide hotlines. There were weapon charges and parole officers, and it just didn't stop. But for this moment, for one moment, we were running this race, and I was doing this crazy and improbable thing that I didn't know if I could do. And for one moment, we were who we'd been. We were who we wanted to be. It didn't matter that we had fragile bodies. It didn't matter that we were depending on batteries that could die. It didn't matter that I didn't know if I could do it. For one moment, we were who we used to be.